Hey guys, how's it going? So a little while ago I picked up this SDS Imports model 1911 A1 US Army, and I've already done a full initial review on this. I'll put the link to that down in the description. And as you guys probably know, if you saw that video, I'm actually really have good first impressions of this pistol. I picked it up at Classic Firearms for like $330, and my overall thoughts of it: fit and finish, trigger pull, the very smooth action, nice machining, very good first impressions. I'm going to be taking this out in the next couple days to shoot it, so you're going to see a shooting video on this pistol very soon. But in the meantime, when I was showing my video, my initial review, I did it as a premiere, and a couple guys in the comments said it looks really good, but the grips don't look quite right. And I thought, you know what, I kind of actually agree. So went on eBay and I picked up a pair of authentic, genuine USGI surplus grips. Now these, as you guys know, the 1911s and the 1911 A1s had many different styles of grips in the Army throughout the very long service use of this pistol, but I decided to go with the brown polymer, which is what SDS Imports and Tisas, who's the maker of this pistol, were going for. And let's see what you guys think. Okay, so here's the USGI right next to it, and I'm noticing right off the bat that the USGI is definitely a darker colored brown. But when I look at them, really, SDS Imports or Tisas didn't do too bad of a job. They actually look pretty darn close. So, you know, it's just cool though that you can get, you know, different grips for these 1911s. And these are a proper 1911 A1 grip. And like I said, throughout the eras, they would go from wood to a brown polymer. And then as you got into the Vietnam era, the black polymer and several other variations. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys these grips real quick. And these do actually have part of the regular NSN number on the back. Each grip has its own separate number. There's a right and a left. There you go. Zoomed in perfectly on that one, but yeah. So these are regular good old-fashioned USGI military surplus, a right and left grip. I'm going to real quick go off camera and put these on because yeah, it's gotten that bad with some of these policies on here. No gunsmithing. I think I'm allowed to change grips, but why risk it? So here's what they look like again as a side-by-side. You can see the color difference there. I'm going to put these USGI grips and I'll be back in like, well, it's going to take me about 5 minutes, but I'll see you guys in like 2 seconds. Alright, well, I've got the USGI grips installed now. Perfect fit. They went right on as a direct replacement. No fitting was required at all. They just went right on just like they're made for it. And I will say right away, I do actually notice a difference. The diamond pattern, you know, that actually provides the grip. They're a little bit larger and a little bit more aggressive diamonds on the USGI than on the SDS Imports Tisas grips. And sometimes the camera plays tricks with the light, but the USGI are definitely a deeper shade of brown, at least 1 or 2 shades darker than the SDS, even though I'm not sure how noticeable it is. But you guys can probably see right there is a good shot of how much more aggressive and a little bit larger the diamond pattern is. And I am noticing I'm getting a little bit better grip. It feels like that if my hands were wet or something like that, these little bit larger diamonds would hold on better. But I'm really not taking anything away from these grips that came with it at all. I mean, they're really close. And I'm actually, now that I'm comparing the difference, rather impressed with how good of a job they did do at simulating the original USGI type grips for a $330 budget pistol. But I'm still happy I bought these USGI grips. I like how they look. I like how they feel a little better. And look, guys, I'm not trying to kid myself. I know this isn't a real USGI 1911, but like I explained in my earlier video, I love milsurps. I love to collect milsurps. I just don't have the money right now for an original USGI. So if I can just add a little piece to it to make it just look a little more authentic, at least right now I do have at least a couple nice American parts on this gun. So You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of cool, and I'm happy I bought them. They were like 13 bucks for the pair on eBay. New old stock, real deal, genuine Army surplus. So yeah, I was excited. And one more thing, guys, that I got for this pistol. I have here an original US issued leather holster. You can see the US embossed in the leather right there. This is a World War II era holster from what I understand. I'm not an expert, I could be wrong, but from my research, and it was sold to me as a World War II era. And this holster's in decent shape. By no means is this a collector's grade holster. These holsters can go from like 40, 50 bucks all the way up to hundreds of dollars. This is on the very low end, guys, for an original authentic. Like I said, don't have a lot of extra money right now, but I want something that kind of fits the collection and looks the part of a real USGI. So I really wanted a holster. Now, normally there's a leather tassel here, braided, that comes down. This is missing that, so that's going to detract from its collectability, but I didn't really buy it for that reason. I just bought it because this gun's going to, you know, not only be a shooter of mine, which that's the great thing about buying a budget $330 version. I don't mind taking it to the range and shooting it, and if a little part broke, which I'm sure it won't, I wouldn't be heartbroken like breaking something off of an original $2,000 to $3,000 piece. And I don't have to worry if it gets a little scratch. You guys know what I'm saying. There's kind of a little bit of a liberating feeling when you have a cheaper gun that you can just take out and have fun with it, right? So I certainly didn't need a new holster, but this does have the US property mark on the back with the maker here. These were made by several different manufacturers throughout a couple world wars, Korea, Vietnam, all the way up through the 80s. Same thing as the grips, colors changed, styles changed, but this is the classic leather holster. And this is made by Warren Leather Goods. So if you look up Warren, they were actually a regular, you know, contractor of the United States Army back during and around World War II. And this still does have the original hanger here, so that's nice. And let's just throw it in here real quick and see how it looks. Fits perfect. This holster is obviously nice and molded from years of honest use. The flap secures, and there we go. You can see the brass has a little bit of the aging, the green, the patina on there. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but hey, I kind of like it for what it is. I like the old war-torn look, the history behind it, thinking about who may have carried this pistol and what they carried it through, you know. Kind of an honor to have a piece of history like this from, you know, brave generations that fought through these different wars, and many of you still using these types of pistols today from what I understand. These are still in service. Probably not from this holster though, right? This holster is a little bit like probably Grandpa's holster, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's still kind of an honor to have something like this though. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, just a quick update, guys, with these USGI brown grips. The original US marked holster, and I'm definitely going out and shooting this in the next couple days, along with a few other pistols. So expect some more follow-up range reviews of pistols that I've shown you guys unboxings of. But yeah, really liking this. It's the little things sometimes in life that make you happy, and you know, these are awesome grips actually, to be quite frank. They're pretty close, but I don't know, I feel a little better with the USGI grips on here. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the grips, if you like the holster, and what you guys think about these 1911 A1 pistols for just a little over 300 bucks. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.